Now, that's a little bit easier to say than do when you've been holding the reins on life for maybe many, many years, and there's not necessarily a sense of trust there. But maybe what you could do is you could consider, well, what is the true desire that I have right now? And can I notice any direction or signs around that in the coming week?
Yeah.
Finance and business is no different. We have some subjects that look heftier than others. We have some subjects where we just have Bob the drunk guy in our head turning up the volume on that subject. That doesn't mean that that subject or that change you're looking for is harder or not available. It just means that there's a dialing out of Bob to be done and a dialing into your mastermind. And sometimes when we are not particularly connected to self with a capital S, maybe we run ourselves into the ground with busyness. Maybe we are often overly available for others, but not for ourselves. Maybe our mind is often taken up with lots and lots of thought that we don't even realize how exhausted we are. Again, when we're tuned into Bob, there's a turning towards tuning into the mastermind that then supports our direction, our path of least resistance for the change we want or the desire we have. The gap in between for all of us, and you'll hear me say it over and over and over again, is taking care of self with a capital S. Because as we take care of self with a capital S, we're automatically tuning out of Bob. A well-rested mind lives at a different level of consciousness, is not as frequently convinced by Bob. In case you don't know who Bob is, let me just reiterate. We all have this voice in our head trying to keep us safe. But this voice is rarely helpful. It's usually habitual in nature. It's usually flavored with doubt and second guessing and comparison and evaluation and planning, lots and lots and lots of planning, worrying, different flavors of thought. Some flavors feel nicer than others. But I call this voice Bob because on every street corner in the world, in big cities, there's usually some poor drunk guy lying on the corner shouting obscenities as you walk past. And let's just say he's called Bob. Now, just as you wouldn't go to Bob on the side of a street corner for advice about your business or your body or your relationship, you don't want to go to Bob in your head for advice about these subjects either. Because he's not trustworthy. He's drunken. He's out of his mind. And yet the place that we innocently, habitually are more tuned into when we're tired is Bob. How do you know you're tired? Bob is kicking off like crazy. You will notice that as you get a rested mind, as you take care of self with a capital S, you just naturally, that noise just quietens down a little bit. or you're a little bit quicker at catching when Bob's in the house. Instead, the mastermind is alive. So no subject, business or finance, weight or image, relationship or homes and house moves, no subject is difficult. It's just some subjects have a bit more Bob in them. And that's what we want to get a little bit free of as we go through our mastermind.